Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be starting on making a new social media app that's just for cats. I thought this would be like a super cool sort of project. I really like cats and I think my web developer skills are pretty decent, so I think it's possible for me to actually make something like this. I talked to ChatGPT for a few times to come up with the name Purrfect Social. So we're going to be making this application. It's not going to be like released, I don't think, at least not yet. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to get started going to Firebase. I'm going to head over to the console, and as you can see I have a lot of different projects. I don't actually know what this project is. Okay, this project is literally, there's nothing in it. So we're going to delete this one. I don't know why, you guys didn't really have to see that. I also don't need that, but we're gonna fix that later. Alright, a name for our project is gonna be called Purrfect Social. That is beautiful. We don't want Google Analytics because it tends to slow stuff down, and we don't really want anything like that. I'm gonna open my domains and cool. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see, we have it here. We want to open up our DNS. We're going to be putting in some new records. Some new records pretty soon. And as you can see, our new project is ready. We're going to want to make a web app, so we'll call it Purrfect Social. We'll name it the same thing. Nice. We're setting up Firebase hosting as well. We're probably going to want to have our Visual Studio Code open, make a new folder called Purrfect Social. This is great. Okay. I don't know if I want to do full screen or not. We're not going to commit to anything like that yet. Let's see here. npm init. The name is good, that's good, that's good. This is good, this is good. We should make a repository. So we'll go on to GitHub, overview, actually repositories, create a new one. This one's going to be Purrfect Social. This is a social media app just for cats. MIT license as usual. I think that's good. Let's go ahead and actually pull some code from that. We're going to cancel that, get pull from there. Wait, actually, what was it? No, it was get clone, huh? Or do we need to do a cd? Git clone. Oh wait, I did the wrong thing. Alright, well now I have to go into my actual this. Alright, now it's here. So that's pretty interesting. Well, I'm gonna delete that one. Close that. Rename. I don't think that was the best idea. Okay, now we're gonna drag this in, and boom, we have the license set up. I mean, that's pretty much all that we did, so that wasn't that crazy. So now we have this directory with a single license. We'll do npm init, initialize the node package manager. This is where our GitHub repository is at, so we're gonna put that in, no keywords. I'm gonna put my name in there, MIT. Yes. Okay, now let's initialize this. We don't actually need a test script. Alright, perfect. So, we start as usual with a source folder. I think I'm gonna want an HTML folder within it, and then within this index.html. And then within the source, we're going to want a new folder for TSX files. Or components, actually. App. I don't actually know how that's... Maybe components is better. Because it has the cool little icon. Alright, we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, there we go. That is beautiful. And now, I think we want to go ahead and bring over a Webpack configuration from another project that we have. Oh yeah, I forgot about this, but we're going to do that in a second. Well, actually, no, we're going to do that now. npm install Firebase, so we got to install it onto here. May take a moment. Alright, nice. So we have our first dependency installed. And now that we're in GitHub, let's check out our repositories. There's got to be one that's near what we're doing. This is a recent client project that I was working on, and I think this will serve us just perfectly. We have basically like all this stuff that is pretty useful. I think that if we copied some of this stuff, so we're going to go ahead and copy all of it first, and then we'll go ahead and see what exactly we need and what we don't need. So we're definitely keeping Firebase in there. Let's try to alphabetize it just like it was before. F goes here. Okay, perfect. So we have all this stuff. I don't think we need that. The Google reCAPTCHA, CSS minimizer, Firebase, mini CSS extractor, Sass. Okay, this is all good actually. So we'll go ahead and run, what just happened? What the heck? Oh, I opened the source somehow. I don't know what is going on. I literally didn't even know you could do that. Okay, that's weird. Okay, so we're back here again. And we'll do npm install and install all these dependencies. So yeah. A lot of this is pretty standard stuff, so I don't think that it's going to be a very tough thing to do. This is standard. I made sure to use the most minimal amount of what was it? Oh, .json. Here we are. Yeah, last time I set this up, I made sure to use the most minimum amount of JSON that we need to actually compile it. And then finally, we need the Webpack configuration file, the JSON. We're going to copy this for now. We're not actually going to end up using the exact files that it is using, but maybe later. Also, we're going to talk to our buddy NL later and see if he can set something up in terms of a logo for this new application. What was it? Webpack.config.js. Alright, what is this saying? There's nothing found. Okay, I don't really understand what that means. Oh, I guess because there's no TypeScript files. We're going to make an index.tsx file. Maybe that will fix it. Okay, yeah. By the way, if you ever update it and it's still not fixed, if you go to the file and hit Control S or Command S, that will usually fix it. So, let's see here. How do we want to do this? We can do import React component from React. The only reason we import this as well as the component is because if we don't, it doesn't allow us to type the syntax correctly. So if we import React DOM, actually we don't need to import that because there's no special syntax related to that, so we can just import React DOM.createRoot from React DOM/client, and then we can declare a class called class app, and render div hello world, the most classic of all. Alright, and then what we do is we retrieve a root equals create root document.body root.render app. Alright, something's wrong. App is not a valid JSX element. Oh, because app needs to extend component. Render. Render is not assignable to type React node. Void is not assignable to type React. Oh, it's because I didn't return it. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, check the webpack. It looks like we don't have a 404 file, so we're not actually gonna add that. We just want index for now. Let's see here. Entry is just gonna be entries. So basically what it does is it goes through this list, and for each item it plugs it into here, and then it gets the associated path from here. The reason I do this is because most of the time I have an HTML file, a TSX file, and then an SCSS, so I keep them and make sure they all have the same sort of name, so index.scss. That way it's way easier, and I can just go through it and it will just be like, oh, I just want index.scss from this. It makes it a lot easier. Also, something really useful that I learned is do global.scss. So it's a global style. You can do something like declare a root for everyone, and then inside of global, you can, or inside of the more specific one, you can do something like @import URL, like global SCSS, right? Or you can import it from within a global component that will be used on every single thing, and will automatically be imported if you include it as an import from up here, since it's already resolved in the webpack config from right here. CSS loader will load it in for you if you do something like import.scss/global.scss. It will do something like that, and then it will automatically resolve it and then output it into the public directory, because that's what the webpack config is already set up to, or it should be set up to. Let's see. Entry output public with a content hash, of course. We love the content hash. And it cleans the directory. These are to minimize. It resolves these extensions, which means that it will allow us to import from like .tsx. And then these are the plugins that allow us to drag things over. We don't actually need that yet. I'm gonna delete that. Alright, now we're gonna go ahead and build the file, I think. Let's see, we don't have a build command. So in package.json, we need build, and it's just gonna run webpack. That is all. I don't know why it randomly does that. I seriously need to figure that out. Alright, let's see here. Index.tsx does not exist. Oh, it's because, okay, so in the old version I had it in a tsx folder, but it's going to be in components now. There we go. Now we have a public directory with completely minimized code. This is a license, but this is completely minimized code. Beautiful. It's also massive, but it doesn't matter. I don't think it should anyway. Public hello world. So as you can see, it renders like almost immediately, which is perfect. It's exactly what we want. Yeah. And then if we wanted to commit to this, so like right here, I want to see if I can set up a command that will automatically commit it, like npm run commit, and then I just put a comment and it automatically pushes it into here. So first of all, we need to set up a remote URL origin. So we can do get remote, or we can just do get remote. It already has an origin in here. Get init, that's why, because we need to initialize a empty repository in this directory. And then now when we do get remote, there's still origin. So get remote set URL origin. that. So basically it retrieves this current remote, whatever that might be, and it says it to be this. So boom, now we have that. And then if we ever wanted to push, we do get add dot, get commit dash m and with a comment, and then you get push dash u origin name. But I want to see if we can do that with a single command. So yeah, that's the goal right now. I know I got a little sidetracked from this, but we're gonna ask ChatGPT if we can do that. I want to be able to run 3 commands at once, or 3 commands in a row with as a npm run commit. You should be able to pass a string into the command and it will be used in the center command. So if you run npm run commit hello world, it will run npm add dot npm commit dash m hello world npm, or not npm get push dash u origin. Okay. So now we're gonna ask it and see what it can do. Let's see here. Is it that easy? We'll see if that's actually how easy it is. So it's called commit, and it's just gonna be that. Oh wait, that. Okay, npm run commit init repo. Did it run? What is going on? I don't know what's going on right now. What did I just upload? Oh, dang it, I forgot to put a get ignore, so it uploaded all the files from node modules. So now, if we go in here, they have a ginormous node modules. Ugh, dang it. Okay. Now one thing is how to remove cached files GitHub. The reason we want to do this, let's see here. There it is. Forget about a file. This is the one that I always use, and it's always something like this. So basically, it will remove all of the files that I've previously entered in here recursively, and boom. So now the GitHub, now when I change the get ignore, it will actually ignore the correct stuff that it's supposed to. So now we're going to want to add a get ignore file. So dot get ignore, and then we'll do node modules public and package lock.json. I think that's it. Those are the only ones that you really don't want to be running. We'll change the commit name to update get ignore. So hopefully that works. It was certainly a lot faster than last time. Okay, that was really good. That's actually so cool. So ChatGPT made that command. And if you want to use it, there's one for Windows here, if you want to take a look at that. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so, wait, actually, let's make this a command. This one. We'll just call it clear cache. We'll just run that. I think that's really good. Okay, so now that we have that all tidied up, also we don't need this for now. TS config looks good, that looks good. We're going to want to put some actual content, but first we're going to want to initialize Firebase in this directory, so we're going to continue to follow this. We have this, copy that, next. Okay, I'm going to do that in a minute. First, let's paste this in. Boom, now we have an application. And we'll see what to do with that in a minute. But first, I've actually been meaning to do this. Basically, -G means it's updating globally. So I need to actually, I've been needing to update it to the new version for a while now. So now that's perfect. Problems. Do not use an empty, okay, that's not a problem. Next. Now we need to do Firebase login, Firebase init, and then Firebase deploy if we want to deploy it. So Firebase login is first. Interesting. Okay, Firebase init. This one you always need to do. We just want hosting, and that's basically it. Oh shoot. I always forget, you have to press space to select it and then press enter. Use an existing project. We want Purrfect social. Public is our public directory. No. 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 Perfect. Okay, now we have all this set up. I don't know if it okay, it didn't override this. Oh, also we want to do .ds store. This is because on Mac it adds some weird files. I don't actually remember the reason why it does that, but it is pretty annoying, so we don't want that to happen anymore. Yeah, so this is pretty good. I think we can probably update the 404 message, so we don't need this for now, and it's going to get overwritten in a moment. But now we have this Firebase deploy ready to go. Let's see here. And now it says I can just go here, open it up. As you can see, now it's hosted on this HTTPS URL that's hosted by Google, but that's actually not our domain. We're going to want to connect our domain, and we can do that by going to build and hosting, add a custom domain. Where is our custom domain? Well, it's called purrfectsocial.com. The most beautiful website. There we go, continue, verify ownership. We need to add this record. This is why we have the DNS already open. So it's going to be an A record, as you can see from here. The host is going to be this. And if you hover here, you can see it's already filled in with this. And then data is going to be this IP address right here. We can save that. And that's good. And then we can add this. The www redirects to this, and that's basically it. Oh, I guess we need to add this for whatever reason. Very interesting. Alright. So now we have those added. I'm not exactly sure how long it takes to verify them. Can I do something to speed it up? I don't know. But let's test it out. Okay, so the certificate is usually not secure right away. I'm not sure if connecting to a VPN will help right now because the DNS might just simply not be resolved. But we'll try it. Okay, yeah. So the certificate name is not prepared yet. And I think it's just because it's not set up with the domain name yet, which is perfectly fine. But for now, we have this running locally, and we can also open it up whenever we do Firebase deploy. So that's the basic sort of directory, and then whenever we want, we can commit to this GitHub repository. So I think that's like the basic setup for this. I'm going to call that a night. It's 2:17 a.m. right now, and I have a meeting with someone at 10:30. So I think that's about it. Let me just go quickly over all this. I think we're all like ready to go, basically. Yeah. So this is React, by the way. So this, or not this weird, whatever that is. Yeah, that's not React, that's Firebase. But this, import React, create root. This is as simple as React gets. You just import the necessary components and render whatever you want. You can also do like some cool properties. You can do inline styles like this. And it usually has type sense, which is pretty cool as well. As you can see now, it's red. It's pretty cool. Oh, also I forgot. I want to add one more. What is it? Command deploy. Seems like. Oh, actually, let's put it at the end. Alphabetical order, of course. Deploy would be Webpack, and once Webpack is done, Firebase deploy. So it's basically just going to compress the files like with a normal build command, and it's going to run with Firebase deploy. So that's really perfect. This get ignore needs to be updated at some point. I think Firebase usually provides one. Let's see here. Let's ask ChatGPT. Oh, it's because I'm using a VPN, which is very interesting. That happened to me earlier as well. Alright, let's see here. Hi, in my git ignore file, I currently have .ds store since it's an annoying Mac file. Are there similar files for other systems I should be aware of? Alright, thumbs.db. We'll do that one. Windows. This is going to be the Windows section. This is also Windows. Alright, this is going to be for a specific IDE, which doesn't affect me, but if in case anyone wants to commit to this project, it'll probably be pretty useful. Okay, this is not important, just not important, just not important. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think that's perfect. So thanks very much, ChatGPT. We're gonna go ahead and push one last time. We'll say npm run commit, update git ignore. That's it. That's basically all that we have done today. Oh wait, we didn't do the... Where is it? Yeah, I forgot to ignore .firebase.firebase.rc. Actually, I don't know if we... Yeah, I need to ignore that. .firebase and .firebase.rc. I don't know if that's a file or directory, but I think that's pretty much it. And then, oh, let's add a label here. General. Okay. Oh wait, we need to npm run clear cache. npm run commit update git ignore. Boom. That is good. And we'll see. Why is this not ignored yet? Oh, because we did -rc. Are you joking? Are you kidding me? Alright. I think that should be it. We'll do that again. Do that again. Okay, boom. That is one of the most beautiful looking repositories I've ever seen. And I think that's it for today. We have a weird red hello world, but it doesn't matter. This is the feedback. I haven't really told anyone I'm making this yet. It's gonna be pretty cool. So I hope you guys will follow along. We'll see when I have free time. Not really sure. Yeah. I think that's going to be all for today's coding session. It is now 2:23 a.m. and I'm going to go to bed. I guess this was a pretty fun, but also I think we can complete a little more tomorrow. Let me know what sorts of features you guys might want in this project. And yeah. See you guys next time.